Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Lorraine 15551. It's the Tier 8 French SPG located on the southwest spawn of Arctic Region, otherwise known as Mannheim Line, and under the command of 73north. And we don't have the equipment, unfortunately, but I'm sure he'll fill us in later on. Game on! This is one of the Artys that was designed based on the Lorraine 40-ton tank, and that's why it never got built, because of course the Lorraine 40-ton tank never got built. It's got a 155mm howitzer, and it's capable of doing 680 alpha and 45mm of pin with 7.6 meters on the burst radius between 12.5 and 27 seconds. 73north is setting up a nest at the moment, and he's ready to go. Now it does have a fairly fast reload as well. Standard reload, 28.76 seconds. His reload is 23.83, so he's knocked a few seconds off. Now it is one of the favourite Artys for some people because it's fast, very fast. It's got a top speed of 60 kilometers an hour, which means it gets about the battlefield very quick. Fell a little short. Actually, knocking down so many trees actually does increase the size of the area the enemy Arty has to look in order to find the target. Type 57 now. Tier 9 game with Tier 8 tanks. Direct hit, 275. That's the first actual damage he's done, which has been recorded. You can see the impact was on the upper surface of the hull. Okay, it's going to be loaded. Rounds out. Good shot. Hit the tracks, but still did 154 hit points of actual damage. Now we've got two replays for you in this video. The first one is 73north, but we've got a second one to follow. Just occasionally we get two players playing the same Arty, and it's actually useful to compare the two. Lining up another shot. See, it's very quick to load. Rounds out. Well, he stunned him. Our team doesn't seem to want to engage at the moment. They're holding back. Yes, there is a T30 there, and of course he will have the 155mm gun. So he could do considerable damage. And we are being pushed into this corner. In fact, there's an enemy tank that's got very close to 54D, T54D. And 73north just saw that. So he's changing position again. There he is. He's in that dip, which is difficult to get shots in, but he can get this Progetto 46. Rounds out. Yes, good shot. 300 hit points. Progetto doesn't have very good armor, so a shot going into the sides can actually do a lot of damage. Okay, now we're looking back at the south again. There's that T30 and the Type 57. He's just fired his big gun. Rounds out. This is going to stun both of them, I would think. No, T30 managed to get away with it. Okay, ready? He fired straight away. Unfortunately, the T30 was just changing position, managed to move out the way, but he did get a Bruce medal out of that one. Now, is he going to fire another round in? The ammo capacity on the Lorraine 15551 is 28 rounds. Rounds out. Good shot. It hit the side, didn't hit the target, but it certainly did some stun damage. Unfortunately, we lost the T832. We're one behind the enemy at the moment, and we can see that one of the tanks did drown there, and it looks like it was one of ours. Going for the T30. Rounds up. Went to one side. Okay, the enemy XM57 died. We're almost loaded. Now that Forest Spirit will have very low hit points if we touch him. Rounds out. Yes! Low hit points, as in out of the game. That was the first kill for 73 North in this game. There he is. Yep, direct hit for 164. It's swinging our way at last. Mostly on hit points as well, not just kills. And yeah, our Object 257's gone into bully the Type 57, but the enemy Arty is also trying to have a say. In fact, our 257 gets Samaracked. He was taken out in the end by the T30, who's now pushing on our pattern tank. In fact, that guy's getting so close, it's difficult to get an aim on him. No sooner than the rescue gets bent like that, that's because there's an obstruction in the way. And in fact, it's the rock that's obstructing us now. The rock on the corner. Oh, that's a good shot. Type 57, he only had the top of the tank to aim with. And in fact, actually, he got him. So second kill. The CDC goes down. I'm surprised we're still seeing those because they really aren't very effective. They don't have a lot of armor, only a 90mm gun. They were heavily flogged by he who shall not be named, Voldemort. So there's only 3 enemies remaining now. One of them's an Arty. The other 2, Standard B and a T30. The T30 is badly damaged. There he is. Now, get the aim onto him. He's having difficulty because that rock is in the way. Yep, it's the rock at the side. He's trying to flip the shell over the rock into the target. Now he's tried to change position, and from here he should be able to get it, but the Standard B might actually be able to see him. Pattern tank looks to be going towards the enemy cap area. There he is. He's moved up, chasing after the pattern tank. Direct hit for 180. Good shot. Difficult one, that one. Pattern tank knows that he's being chased. He's standing and fighting, and that means that that's going to force the T30 to sit on that corner, and we'll put a round into him. Rounds out. Unfortunately, the pattern tank goes down. He crashed. He went over a rock face and crunched into the ground. So now It scores even. We have more hit points than they do. We can't see the T30. We also can't see the standard B for that matter. There he is. The T30's in sight. Been spotted by the Waffenträger. Good shot. 245. Makes him a one shot. Let's hope that the Waffenträger can get a shot on him. Either that or holds him in the same spot so we can get around into him instead. Only a few seconds. Yeah, the Arty has a go. Here we go. Rounds out. Yes! Nicely done. 3 kills now for 73 North. The Batchat hasn't seen the standard B. Oh, he has! There he is! We're not loaded, and we just lost the Batchat 25 TAP. But the standard B, if we can get a penetration, well, he isolated him. We're in trouble now because, yep, he's still alive. And he's seen us. And we take one round in the tracks. Well, that's good, but he's got an auto-loader. Auto-reloader, I should say. So we've taken 190mm round. In fact, I think that was a 105mm round in the standard B. But that forces him to come after us, or we'll take him out, because he is a one-shot. That round did do damage. We did get spotted again. He's trying to find us and kill us, but the Waffenträger is closing in. Come on, where are you? Make yourself known. The Waffenträger will finish you off if we don't. And he's now in a position where he can shotgun this enemy and take him out. There he is. And the Waffenträger wins the game for us. And that's a victory. Oh, does he? No, because there's still one to go. I miscounted. There was me thinking that was the end of the game. Nope. The enemy has got a 155-51 as well. So it's like against like. Although we've lost so many hit points. Oh, we've been spotted. My gum, that's incredible. We escaped that one. But the Waffenträger doesn't miss. And that is the end of the game. Here's the end of battle stats, and it's the first time I've ever done that in a little while, where I've totally mucked up who actually won the game, because I forgot that there was still one enemy to die. That was a first-class tanker for 73 North in the Lorraine 155-51. He got a Bruce medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in this one. He got 9. He got a Starks medal. He received 2 hits from the enemy, potentially lost more than 2/3 of his hit points, killed 2 enemy tanks. In fact, actually he got 3, and he survived the battle. And on top of that, he got a Brothers in Arms because he platooned with somebody else who had at least 3 kills. And yep, they did still alive at the end of the game. Let's have a look at the team score. Oh, win 8 was 5,375, which is Super Unicum standard. Let's have a look at team score. Well, we can see that the platoon mate was the Waffenträger at the end of the game. In fact, he had 5 kills. When it came to damage, we can see that the top damage was, in fact, the Sharpshooter report on our team. He got a high caliber for 4,676 hit points. Second highest damage was 73 North with 2,709. And the third highest damage was the Progetto 46 on the enemy team with 2,587. And he got a tank sniper in that game. When it came to the Waffenträger, he got 2,327. Which means that he was beaten by all but 1 on the enemy team and 4 on his own team, which means that he was in 6th place when it came to damage. When it came to kills, though, it was the Waffenträger who got the top spot. He got the Brothers in Arms. 5 kills in that game. 3 kills went to the Sharpshooter 4, 73 North, and the XM57 and their AMICI CDC on the enemy team. All got 3 kills as well. 2 kills went to the T30 and the Object 257 on our team. And when it came to base XP, in fact, it's the Sharp Future 4 this time. The guy who got the high caliber, he got 1,062. He's the only player to get over 1,000 base. 915 went to 73 North, and 906 went to the Waffenträger, our platoon mate in the end of that game. You can see that 73 North fired 21 rounds. Remember, I said 28 rounds total in the magazine, so he only had 7 rounds left at the end of the game. 9 direct hits, 1 penetrating shot, 916 splash, 2,709 hit points, all of which is at more than 300 meters. He received 2 hits from the enemy. 1 penetrated him, that was from the standard B. The other one didn't, and that hit the tracks. And 1 hit by way of splash damage from the Lorraine 15551 on the enemy team. He also had 1 enemy vehicle spotted, 9 enemy vehicles damaged, 6 enemy vehicles damaged, 3 killed, and 532 hit points of stun assist of 14 stuns. On a premium count, he actually made a loss, 18,689 credits off this game, but that's mainly down to the consumables and ammunition together. And on top of that, 2,745 experience points on this one as well. So it's a good game from 73 North, but only a 3rd class. It's worth it watching that one purely for the fact that towards the end of the game, it looked like they were in trouble, but no, they managed to win through. Let's have a look at the second battle. The second game is on the Erlenberg map, South Spawn, and the name of the player is Rodo Truck of the AMICI clan. Game on! You can see the Lorraine 40-ton tank design. Those 2 vents at the rear, the fans that cool the engine. Okay, he's headed right down around the edge of the map. Now, the reason he's not doing top speed at this moment is he's actually rubbing up against the edge, and that's providing resistance to his travel. Okay, we can see the reload time as well, 23.83 seconds. As I mentioned before, it's 28.76 in the standard facts. Okay, Emil 1951. Can he get a hit? Rounds up. Well, that was splash for 153. Oh! And the SMV CC67 makes it certain by wiping it out. We're loaded. Rounds out and Skoda. It landed, unfortunately, just behind the guy, and we can see the crater, but it only really did 10 hit points of damage and a bit of stun. As the name implies, the Lorraine 15551 was designed in 1951. The French are very nice about it. They give the date of the start of the project in the name. Of course, the Lorraine 40-ton tank was a 40-ton tank, so that's why that one gets that name. Okay, a couple more tanks have been spotted over the other side of the river. One of the good things about playing on this side of the map, the east side, is you can shoot over to the west side of the river and hit the enemy tanks. They move in and out behind the houses. Of course, they use the houses to protect themselves from any of our tanks that are on the other side of the river, but we haven't sent anyone over the other side of the river except the Wizzy 111. And he's up by the castle. He's stopping the enemy from occupying that castle at the moment. For a brief moment, we saw a Patriot, but now we don't have it. Oh, okay, we do have a Patriot now. And he's taking a lot of damage as well. Oh, it's unfortunate, that one. Tried to squeeze it through the gates. Well, that was pretty final. That was the SFAC 105, putting an end to that ELC 790. Unfortunately, we just lost our GST term in the town square, you might say. And it looks like the SFV CC67 is using the wreck for cover. Of course, using a wreck for cover is all well and good if you are a tank driver, but the problem is that you do become rather stationary as far as Arty is concerned, and that's good for us, because of course we can now lay shells down directly onto this guy until he learns to move elsewhere. A direct hit. Unfortunately, we didn't get any damage from that one. He's loaded. Rounds out straight away. And yet again, the shell goes long and we don't get any damage. I can understand his need to actually change position here now. It's not just to avoid counter battery, but it's also more to do with the fact the enemy seems to be getting closer and closer to us. We've only got a 122 TM, and the SFAC has actually now moved, so he's now down near us. Okay, gone back to the CC. Rounds out. That's better. 234 from that one. He's now a splash kill. Rounds out. Oh dear. That hit the wreck. So unfortunate, that one. This RT carries 28 rounds in total. So it does have a fair bit of firepower. Wasn't fully dialed in when he could have made the shot. I think he's trying to get a good solution. Unfortunately, T28 takes out our SMV CC67. But that was a good hit for 188. And looks like we picked up some stun assist as well. Can we get a shot on this guy? Rounds out. Oh, that's another useful shot. 262. Unfortunately, now the Obsidian's got somebody behind him, the SMV, and somebody in front of him as well. But the SMV goes down, so now we've just got to deal with this XM. That was too short. Needs to get into the tree line near the cap area. There is a TS5 on the enemy team behind us, or is it? No, it's not a TS5, it's actually a T54. But he's got company. There's the XM. Gonna lose sight of him very shortly. Unfortunately, because we lost our Wizzy 111. You can see he's right up against the building. He's kicking up dust as he moves along the edge. There, you can see it again. He's probably sitting on that corner at this moment, using the bush for cover. Plenty of teammates near him, so if the enemy does suddenly appear, he can take shots without worrying about nobody being around to protect him. Okay, the enemy's moving up. There he is. Can we hit him? Think we might be able to. He's breaking the line. Yes, he does get a hit. 170, and the kill goes to the Ferdinand. So more stun assist. Okay, A and BT across the river, but he's right behind the houses, and that makes it very difficult to get a shot on him. Well, we've got the Shrek in sight. We've only got 3 rounds of stun HE left. There's an enemy SMV. In fact, that's the same one that we were firing at when he was hiding behind the wreck. And he's now on our side of the map. Oh, this could be fun. I think Roto Truck has suddenly realized he's vulnerable. He's on his own, and he's one shot. What a shot! Nicely done. In fact, actually got a nice one from the Ferdinand as well. Amazing. It's good when your teammates recognize that you've got a good kill there. That was a dangerous one, but he won it. Okay, so there's only 3 enemies remaining. Okay, one of them's just been spotted. T-54 Mob 1, the first prototype. We need to move out of here to get shots on him. One round of stun left, but we are loaded. That's the 2-minute warning. Can we get a kill? Well, the kill goes to the IS-3 in the end. So there's only the Shrek and the M40, M43 left. Well, we've only got 1.5 minutes to find and kill both of them. So this one is going down to the wire. The team seems to think somebody is over the other side of the river in grid square A3. And if they found the Shrek, but unfortunately we just lost the SFAC 105. And he was taken out by the Shrek. There he is. We're loaded, ready to go. We fire blind into the last minute. At best, he's only going to get 2 rounds. Okay, they found him. Here's a one shot. We can take him out with 1 round. Styling in to make it certain. Time's short. There he is. Yes! He got him. Now we've got to find the M40, M43, and we've got 18 seconds left to do it, but we are reloading. We might get 1 shot, a shotgun at close range with a 155mm caliber round. That should be enough. Can we find him? There he is. Yes, he won the game. With 2nd left on the clock, he won. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was a first-class tanker for Rototrack of AMICI in the Lorraine 15551. He got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in that game. He got 11. He got a win rate of 2,917, which is Unicum level on the borderline with Super Unicum. Let's have a look at team score. Well, we can see that the highest damage in this game actually belonged to the Shrek that he wiped out towards the end of the game. That guy got the high caliber and 4,151 hit points. 2nd highest damage was the SFAC 105, who got wiped out by the Shrek. He got 4,108 hit points of damage. And the 3rd highest damage, well, that went to the T54 first prototype, who got 2,519. We can see that Rototrack got 1,801. He was beaten by 4 members of the enemy team and 4 members of his own team, which puts him 9th when it comes to damage. When it came to kills, though, he was tops. He got 3 kills in that game. 2 kills went to the SFAC 105, the SMV CC67, the Ferdinand, the Star 1, the IS-3, and on the enemy team, the T54 first prototype, the AMBT, the XM66F, and the ELC all got 2 kills as well. When it came to base XP, we can see that it was actually the SMV CC67 who got 1,047 base experience points. 942 went to the Rototrack, and the same amount exactly went to the SFAC 105, as well as the Wizzy 111. You rarely get that. 3 players getting exactly the same base XP in a battle. Let's have a look at the detail. 21 rounds fired, so he still had 6 rounds left at the end of that game. Was it 6? No, it's 7 rounds left at the end of the game. He got 6 direct hits on the enemy, 1 penetrating shot, and 15 splash. 1,801 hit points of damage, of which 1,365 were at more than 300 meters. So if we have a quick check, and did he penetrate the M40? Yes, he did. That's why that round killed and won the battle for them. And it was right at the last minute, because we can see that there's 15 minutes, 0 seconds. It went the full distance. He also spotted 1 enemy vehicle, the M40, M43, damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 3 of them, and did 885 hit points of stun assist off 10 stuns. On a premium count, he actually made a profit, 8,173 credits. And he also got 11,304 experience points, because he got a reward for completing a mission of 8,478. So very good game by Rototrack. He never gave up. He kept pumping to try and win. And his confidence when he made that shotgun at close range, because it was a manually aimed one, and he got the shell directly into the M43, who must have thought that he got a draw, but no, it didn't work out that way. It worked out very nicely for Roto Truck. I hope you enjoyed that replay and the previous one, the one with 73 North. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, and thank you for watching.